What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Physical Media, where we talk about every 4K and Blu-ray release that is coming out this week. Today we're talking about April 9th. That's tomorrow, Blues Day, Tuesday, where you can check all of your local retailers for any of these physical releases, whether it's Walmart, Target, wherever you buy your physical media these days. Not very many places anymore. But we've got a good bit of things to get through today. It's a smaller week, it's a lighter week, so we should get through the releases pretty quickly and have plenty of time for some Q&A and some conversation with the live viewers. We do shoot this show live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we'd love to have you come out and join us, join in the conversation as we talk about new movies. So feel free to chime in the chat. Let me know what you guys are picking up lately. I'm always interested in some new recommendations. There are some sales going on right now. I made a post earlier today about the Indicator sale, the April Indicator sale that is going on right now as we speak. So go over there and see if you want to pick up any of their stuff. I think the Arrow Easter sale has ended, and I think the Kino sale has also ended. But Indicator is live right now. They've got a lot of cheap stuff over there, especially if you're in the UK and you don't have to pay for crazy shipping costs. That's a great deal. Let's see who's here in the live chat right now. First one here is Kyle Hartman. He says, good evening. Did you see the eclipse today outside? He's getting King Kong 4K Steelbook and the Lost in Space Blu-ray from Shout Factory, both of which we'll cover here on today's show. I did get to see the eclipse. It was pretty cool. We saw our neighbors out there, and they had some extra glasses, so I went over and asked them if I could borrow them, and my son got to see it because they did have the safety glasses, so I was glad. I was happy. He thought it was really cool. Dan's Den says, howdy. Your friend Mr. Jones says, hey, everybody. Everyone just piling in here. Sam Fett says good evening. CG Anime Fan is here. An internet user is here. Kevin House, hello, DJ and fellow film enthusiast. Hello, Kevin. Always great to see you here. JT's here. Jeffrey Patron. All the regulars are popping in, and we'll give a little bit of time for everyone else to file in as well. But we'll go ahead and jump right in to the new releases. As you can see, my shelf behind me is a disheveled mess right now because I just recorded a video going through my entire superhero collection. And it turns out if you take 130 films off of your shelf, it looks like this. I was frantically trying to put stuff back before showtime, but yeah, didn't have time to put everything back, so sorry about the disorder behind me. Hopefully it's not too distracting, but yeah, that video's done. It's going to take quite a bit of time to edit, so hopefully I can get it up later this week and finally get that video out. A lot of people have been asking for that one. That's a highly requested video, so finally got that one done for you guys. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other monitor and see what's coming out this week. All right, here we are. Get to the top. April 9th, 2024, right here on Blu-ray.com. First thing, the most anticipated release, according to Blu-ray.com, is this King Kong 4K Steelbook. This is not the 1933 King Kong, which I love, or the 2005 Peter Jackson King Kong, which I also love. This is the infamous 1976 King Kong film with Jeff Bridges. Am I making that up completely? Is Jeff Bridges in this? Let me check here. Maybe I'm totally making that up. No, it stars Jeff Bridges. Yeah, there he is. I have only seen this one once, and I was not a fan. I did not like it very much at all, but maybe I need to give it another try. I don't know. Let me know in the chat if I should give this one another watch. But the release itself is beautiful. Like I said, not a big fan of the film, but look at this. You've got a beautiful steelbook right here. And you know me, I love me a clear slipcover on a steelbook. The helicopters in Kong are on the outer slipcover, and you slide it up, and there is Anne. I'm assuming her name is still Anne. Right there in his hand is a beautiful city shot behind him. Very, very cool release. I like this a lot. Even the inside, look at that. Fighting the giant snake right there, and then the back is him breaking through the wall. I love the artwork. Absolutely love the artwork. It's much more callback to the original art style from 1933, that kind of serial, old-fashioned painted poster look. Love everything about the release except the movie. But who knows? Maybe I'll give it another try. Maybe it could be a fun hate watch if you believe that is such a thing. I'm not usually big for hate watching movies, but I love that release so much. But I don't know if I want to drop $30 on a movie that I don't like. But yeah, very nice. This, like I said, is a 4K release. It also includes a Blu-ray and a digital code, which is very nice. Oh, and it's only $26.98 on Amazon right now. Real quick, I will say I do have all of the links to everything we're going to talk about down below in the description. Those links help support the channel, so if you do feel like picking any of these releases up, please go ahead, click through the link. Doesn't cost you any more, and like I said, it helps out the channel. All right. That is King Kong. I don't think we need to discuss it any further. I haven't heard anything about the 4K transfer on that yet. I don't know if anybody's got any review copies in on YouTube, but let me know if you guys know what that 4K transfer looks like. It also has two different cuts of the film right here, a theatrical cut and another cut. I'm not sure which one that is. Maybe a TV cut, maybe a director's cut. But there we go. We've talked about it enough. King Kong 4K Steelbook coming soon. Someone already in the chat, Kyle, said he's going to be picking that up. So he is... Oh, here we go. We've got a little bit of some comments about it here. So I'll pop over. Like I said, we've got a little bit of extra time today. Ethan Edwards popped in while I was yammering on. Michael Smith is here as well. CG Anime Fan says, I still haven't seen any of the King Kong films. Well, you are missing out, my friend. 1933 is one of my favorite films of all time. Definitely hurry up and add that to your watch list. Dan's Den, King Kong 1976 is a camp fest. That's not what I thought it said when I first glanced over there. But yes, camp fest is a great way to describe it. I know some people like it that have a soft spot for like guys in suits, but I never liked that with King Kong. That's another thing I hear about King Kong Skull Island, which is another movie I didn't really like at all. But I know people like it because it kind of calls back to King Kong in a suit, like from the 70s film and then from the Japanese versions where he fights Godzilla and stuff like that. I don't like King Kong in a suit. I like King Kong animated. I love him. Stop motion or, later on when it's done in a computer, still the same kind of process where you're animating it a frame at a time. So yeah, I'm not a big King Kong in a suit guy, but I know a lot of people do like that. JT says King Kong 76 is a glorious mess. Kevin House says, I first saw the 76 King Kong at a drive-in theater with the 78 Superman. Wow, that's a pretty awesome double feature, especially if you saw Superman second. But yeah, some people chiming in about it. Michael Smith says, Steelbook is pretty sweet. They ain't monkeying around. All right, next up, we've got going to Criterion Collection. Always good to talk about one or two Criterion releases in these videos. I still love Criterion. I know I haven't been showing them any love lately. I've been doing a lot of other labels here on the channel, but I still love Criterion. And I love this movie. This is Picnic at Hanging Rock, getting a 4K upgrade from Criterion. It is a double disc, so it includes 4K and Blu-ray. And you can get that right now for $35 on Amazon, or, support Criterion and buy it from them directly. I think they're having a 15% off sale right now. So there's a little bit of a sale there. I love this movie. If I already have the Blu-ray, I should have grabbed it, but there's like a nice big deluxe Blu-ray digipack for this release, and it also has the novel in there as well, includes the entire novel, which is very cool. If I do, and it'll be interesting to see if they bring that packaging back out for the 4K. I don't think they will. I think they'll probably... No, I definitely don't think they will, because I think that's out of print, and they've been just releasing the normal case Blu-ray for a couple of years now. So I'm sure this will just have regular packaging. If I were going to get the 4K upgrade, I probably would go with that nice Second Sight box set. If you've seen that, check it out. Look it up if you haven't seen it. The Second Sight Picnic at Hanging Rock box set is glorious. I think it's out of print, though, and I'm seeing it on eBay for $100 and over, so I don't know if I'll ever get my hands on that. But if I was going to upgrade to 4K, I probably would get that set instead of the Criterion. But yeah, this is great. I love that they're doing upgrades for 4K in the Criterion Collection. Although I do prefer newer releases coming out from them instead of those upgrades. But apparently they're selling well, so they're going to keep doing it. Then we've got Lost in Space getting a Blu-ray from Shout Factory, like Kyle mentioned earlier. This is a 1998 film that I have not seen, but there you go. There's the cover art on that. Very gunmetal gray blue, kind of looks like everything that came out in the 2000s, like all those X-Men movies and action movies that came out during that time period. But yeah, there it is. Black and white with a little bit of blue and yellow on there, blue and gold. But that's the 1998 sci-fi adventure film. Right around $28.99 on Amazon right now. That's just a single disc Blu-ray. I'll show you the slip cover here. Very small image on Blu-ray.com, but it does have a nice slip where the artwork continues over to the spine and the Scream Factory logo down there. So yeah, there you go. It's called the Collector's Edition. I don't know why it's called the Collector's Edition, because it is just a single disc. Maybe it has some good supplements on there. I do not see the supplements listed, but there you go. We've got Lost in Space coming out. We'll do one more here at the top. This one is one I'm excited about. This is Monster, finally getting a physical release. This is a big film from last year, 2023. I heard lots of great things about this. A lot of people in my comments recommending I check out this movie. I didn't get a chance to see it. I don't even know if it was ever playing in a theater near me. If it was super limited, and I don't know if it was streaming. Maybe it was streaming, and maybe I did have a way to watch it or not. I don't know. I don't actually remember. But yeah, one of the finest films of the year, according to New York Times. From the same director of Shoplifters and Broker. I've heard great things about this one. I do want to check this one out eventually. I don't know if I'll pick it up without having seen it. I don't know if I want to do blind buys. Maybe. I've heard from a lot of reputable sources that it's pretty good. But that's $19 on Amazon right now. That is a Japanese film, drama, and it also says a little bit of a thriller. Right down there. So Monster is coming out this week. We'll talk about some other new releases here on the second row in just a second. Let me see what people are saying in the live chat. Thank you guys for popping in. Got a good crowd forming here. Ethan Edwards says SNL did a Kong sketch when Selma Hayek hosted. That was hilarious. Okay, so the best thing that came out of that 76 movie for Ethan Edwards is an SNL sketch. Big AI. That logo on your t-shirt looks like the Criterion in color. Yeah, this is a shirt that I got in Breckenridge, Colorado when we went there with my wife's family last year. And gotta be honest, kind of bought it because it does look like the Criterion logo. Kevin, Luke SE, first, I watched the first 15 minutes of PAHR. It made me tired, so I ended up turning it off and going to bed. Should probably give it another go. PHAR, Picnic at Hanging Rock. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't. That's probably not a movie you want to watch when you're tired. That is a very surreal, kind of lulls you. I could see it lulling you right to sleep. The score is really, really cool. I love the unique score on that one. I loved it. I was kind of riveted the whole way through, but I could see if you already are tired, that one kind of lulling you off to sleep. Kevin House says, when you said King Kong in a suit, I kept imagining him in formal wear. Hey, maybe that could work. That could work, kind of like a Joe Fixit Gray Hulk kind of deal. Dan's Den says Peter Weir renounced his retirement recently. Re-announced his retirement recently. Interesting. I need to watch more Peter Weir films. I think I might have only seen Picnic. I don't think I've seen anything else. Michael Smith says, I think Picnic at Hanging Rock was somehow directed by a 4-year-old Sofia Coppola. Dan's Den, I loved Lost in Space as a kid. I saw it in the theaters, even had the figure. It doesn't hold up, but I can't hate. Hey, we all got stuff like that we can still love, even though we can agree that it doesn't hold up. Bailey Walsh is here. Welcome to the stream. Jar Jar Ed popping in says greetings. And Bailey Walsh says Picnic at Hanging Rock is one of my favorites. Yes, I could see that. From what I know about your taste, that seems like it would fit right in. I love that whole like that whole look. That movie is a vibe. If that makes any sense. I don't like using that term, but that's the best way to describe it. Dan's Den agrees that Monster is amazing. Internet user says definitely check out more films from Corada. I'm going to say Corada. Great filmography. That's the director of Monster. And then Luke says Peter Weir did The Truman Show too. Oh, well, I have seen that. So there's 2. And then people mentioning other Peter Weir movies like Witness and Dead Poet Society. All right, let's jump back and get rolling on these new releases. Here it is, another new release. This is actually from 2024, not 2023. This is Lisa Frankenstein, which I feel like was just in the theaters like yesterday. How is this already coming out on Blu-ray? There's the front right there. Lisa Frankenstein, starring Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse. That's Cole Sprouse? Wow, I didn't even realize that was Cole Sprouse. If you can't meet your perfect boyfriend, make him. This seems very similar to that. What's that zombie rom-com that came out with Nicholas Hoult? I thought that was, for some reason I got like a flashback and thought that was Nicholas Hoult for a second, but that doesn't make sense. He's an old man now. But yeah, Nicholas Hoult did that zombie movie. This is giving me the same kind of feels as that, but there's the slipcover. It does have a pretty nice slipcover, which you love to see these days. A lot of studios are just pulling all the plug on all the budgets for these physical media releases, but Focus Features still putting out a strong slipcover here with a nice pink and black color scheme. There you go, Cole Sprouse. Good job, Cole Sprouse. Still making it work. In 2024, I didn't hear good things about that movie, but it might work for some people. Obviously, it's a horror romance, a little bit of dark humor in there, and I can't believe that's already out on physical. Anyway, $20 for that on Amazon. You can get it tomorrow, starting April 9th. Then we've got Mean Guns. Mean Guns getting a release from a little boutique label that we don't talk about very much. I don't know if we've ever talked about it. We probably have a little bit. MVD. MVD Visual is putting this out. This is Mean Guns from 1997, just a single Blu-ray disc. Look at this. Look at this 90s goodness. We've got Christopher Lambert and Ice-T. Wow, sparks fly when real killers collide. And look at that lovely, really dated logo there with bullet holes in it. And it looks like a outer glow and a bevel emboss around it. Yeah, there we go. Mean Guns from MVD, the Rewind collection. I've seen these cases floating around online. I've never picked one up yet. One of these days I'm gonna have to jump on the MVD bandwagon. I think they've been going strong for a while. This is the kind of, actually don't know what this is. There's two different covers for this, it looks like. We've got side A, which is a wrap and a front and a mini poster. And then we've got side B, which is a wrap reverse sides. So is this a double-sided slipcover? I don't know what the heck this is. Maybe this is the insert that goes in the case. This is the artwork, and maybe it's reversible artwork. But either way, we've got two different posters and two different catchphrases. This one says 100 assassins, 1,000 weapons, $10 million. So there we go. Any poster that you can to fit your fancy. But there we go. Mean Guns coming out. I've never heard of that one, but that sounds like a fun romp. And then we've got a very strange, goofy looking 2023 horror movie with a really weird title. This is It's a Wonderful Knife. Here's the overview. Starring Justin Long is in this. Good grief. I was going to say starring nobody you've ever heard of, but Justin Long is in this. It's a Wonderful Knife. And it says, every time a bell rings, an angel gets to kill. So I guess this is about an angel who murders people, coming out from RLJ Entertainment, which we talk about on here from time to time. So a lovely little cult horror film, horror mystery and comedy. So it's a black comedy. But yeah, starring Justin Long. Justin Long's still doing stuff. I have no idea what that's about, but it doesn't sound like my cup of tea. But if you like that kind of thing, maybe check out It's a Wonderful Knife. All right, let's jump back in over here and see what people are saying. Luke says, I think it is still in theaters here in the UK. Probably talking about Lisa Frankenstein. Warm Bodies. Thank you, Dan Stan. That was the movie I was talking about with Nicholas Hoult. Michael Smith, DJ. Criterion Channel is playing Workmeister. Workmeister Harmonies this month. That is good to know because that's one of the upcoming releases that I'm very interested in picking up. So if I can squeeze it in, maybe I watch a little bit of it first before I go ahead and take the plunge. An internet user says Coreda has two films on Criterion, Afterlife and Still Walking. Oh, okay, I've heard of Afterlife. I don't know if I've heard of Still Walking. Dan's Den says Mean Guns, a Highlander 3 reunion. Man, I got to get caught up on Highlander movies. I didn't even know there was a third one. Big AI, It's a Wonderful Knife is a very underrated gem that more people need to watch. Oh, sweet. Well, look at me acting a fool and making judgments based on silly premises. That's pretty cool if it's fun. Kind of like what was that one that just came out? Thanksgiving. There's a horror movie that came out last year that also seemed like a silly premise, but I've heard it was pretty fun. CG Anime Fan says he didn't like Mean Guns because it was too mean-spirited. I prefer Nice Guns, and I didn't know that was a joke when I started reading it. Bailey Walsh says today is the 5-year anniversary of the Criterion Channel. Oh, I did see that actually. As I was scrolling through, I saw they were doing an anniversary sale, which was going on right now. And that was pretty cool. And the sale ends on April 30th, which is my anniversary with my wife. But it's not been 5 years. It's been, how many years? It's going to be 8 years this year. 8 years already. That is crazy. Time is flying by. Then we've got some Kino Lorber releases. Let's go through these real quick here. The first one is The Minus Man from 1999. A lot of 90s movies we're talking about today. Mostly new releases and then 90s films. This is a crime drama, little thriller going on there from 1999 about a serial killer that floats around the country and chooses his victims from people who complain about their lives. Wow. Don't let this guy catch you at the water cooler. Let's see what it says here on the slipcover. Owen Wilson. Is Owen Wilson the murderer? I got to know if Owen Wilson is the murderer or if Owen Wilson is the guy trying to catch the murderer. But we've got a pretty cool cast. Brian Cox and Sheryl Crow in this. Keep your eyes open for anything too ordinary. Oh, man. Another wonderful 90s logo there. The Minus Man with the big Owen Wilson face right there. Interesting. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal right now. $18.59. That's on sale from Kino Lorber on Amazon right now. And a couple other Kino Lorber releases that I'll jump to here. We've got The Looters, all the way back from 1955, also $18 on Amazon right now. This is an adventure film, which I'm game for, if this is any good. An expert mountain climber and his partner find a plane wreck in the Rockies, but the partner conspires with one of the plane's survivors to stop at nothing to steal a large amount of cash found on board. That's always going to happen if you find cash abandoned somewhere. We've got Rory Calhoun, Julie Adams, and Ray Danton. And I love this artwork on here. I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know if he's like trying to take her dress off or if he's just holding her shoulders in a very weird way. But there you go. The Looters, love that poster. Actually, I think that logo holds up really well. Nice little retro painted poster here. Look at that. You've got the plane. I love this. I actually really like this. You got the plane crash back there. You got the money right here. You got like the entire cast of Clue right here. He's got the rope. He's got the gun. And then he's got his fists. Nothing but his bare fists. And he's on the edge of a cliff. This looks awesome. I hope this is as good as that poster promises, because I really like that poster. And then the second one here, well, third one technically, from Kino Lorber, is another 1950s film. This is You Never Can Tell. You Never Can Tell with Bees. Here we go. Starring Dick Powell and Peggy Dow. Look at that. Their names almost rhyme. Another cool throwback poster. I'm not a big fan of the big floating heads, though. This is kind of like what we're doing now with movie posters. This has kind of come back in vogue, which is unfortunate. But this looks like a little rom-com. Little rom-com from 1951. Look at that. what a charming post. Everyone's winking. Everyone's doing these cheesy little winks. I like it. That seems like a little fun one to pop in, if that's any good. Obviously a crime. Excuse me. I didn't say obviously a comedy, but it's also crime and it's also fantasy. What is going on with this? How is it Dick Powell stars as a hard-boiled PI with a taste for kibble in the over-the-top screwball comedy You Never Can Tell? When an eccentric tycoon leaves $6 million to his faithful dog King, trustee Ellen Hathaway is besieged, good word choice, by fortune hunters when they learn she's next to inherit. Oh gosh, she's going to kill the dog? After the German Shepherd is poisoned, this is like an Air Bud movie, and Ellen's accused of the crime, King Spirit is granted special permission to go back to Earth in human form and help clear Ellen's name. What a crazy, wow, that's a crazy premise for a screwball comedy. That actually sounds pretty fun. There's the dog. There's the deceased dog in question right there. Looks like a fun little pooch. But yeah, there you go. That is You Never Can Tell. Not what I was expecting from that poster. They need to add more fantasy elements in that poster to really sell it. I'll do one more here. We've got Fallen Leaves, which is another 2023 really popular. I don't know if it's popular, but I heard a lot of good things about it, just like Monster. And this is, I don't know if it's streaming on Mubi, but it is available on physical from Mubi. This is a more expensive release. Mubi is I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Is it Mubi or Mubi? I think it's Mubi. But yeah, it is a boutique line, a very small label that also has a streaming service. And they also put out physical media releases. And they got nice cases. Look at these. Similar case style to the Criterion collection. That looks very nice. And it comes with some art cards, which is very interesting. I wouldn't expect that from Mubi. So there you go. That one is a little bit pricier, $29 on Amazon right now. But it is a 2023 film that tells the story of Ansa, a supermarket shelf stalker, say that 5 times fast, on a 0-hour contract, later a recyclable plastic sorter and Jalapa and sandblaster and alcoholic, later an ex-alcoholic, I'm losing this sentence, there's so many commas, whose paths have accidentally crossed and who, despite adversity and misunderstandings, try to build some kind of relationship on the harsher side of the welfare state. So, another foreign film and a little bit of a comedy, but mostly just a romance and a drama there. I don't know if it's technically a romance or if they're just trying to, build a friendship, but that sounds pretty cool. And I've heard good things about that one. So I'll have to check out Fallen Leaves sometime in the near future. All right, that was a lot. So let me go back over here and see what you guys are saying. Cup of the day is the No Time to Die cup gonna get a little sip of water here. All right. Dan's Den, The Minus Man. Great premise, but very dull. Weird, of course you've seen this, Dan. Weird period when Owen Wilson had not yet established his comedic premise. Interesting. Yeah, I can't even think of a time where Owen Wilson wasn't comedic. Didn't he get his start with Wes Anderson in doing Bottle Rocket? I guess that wasn't. I guess you mean like before he was really, really known for being comedic. Your friend Mr. Jones, OGCC subscribers have been sent $20. Interesting. That's always nice when they give out those coupons. Jar Jar Ed says, got a lot of movies from the Kino Lorber and Arrow Video March Madness sales. I'm jealous. I did not participate in either of those sales this year. I've been buying other things, so didn't have any extra money. I almost made an Arrow Video purchase because they had Arrow Academy releases on there for $5 each, and I almost snatched a bunch of them, but didn't pull the trigger, and now I'm kind of regretting that a little bit. Luke SE says, is there a book, DJ, that you wish will be adapted anytime soon? Oh, the tough questions from Luke today. I don't know. I actually don't love to see books that I love get adapted because I don't feel like I'm ever satisfied. I feel like it's too different of a medium for me, but that's a good question. I'm sure there's some, but I have to really sit down and think about that. Michael Smith says, he's the murderer, but it is a very odd film. So he's talking about Owen Wilson, not your typical serial killer film at all. And your friend Mr. Jones says, Owen Wilson is amazing in Minus Man. He's a serial killer and narrates the whole thing too. Love this one. Oh, cool. So some praise for Minus Man. A little mixed reaction here in the chat, at least on Films by Color this evening. Dan's Den says, Rory Calhoun, everybody gets that Simpsons joke. I don't. I've never seen The Simpsons, so I am out of the loop on that one. Kevin House, the plot of The Looters sounds similar to that of A Simple Plan. Ah, yes, the 2000s punk rock band that we're all familiar with. Your friend Mr. Jones, you can never tell, is a truly bizarre little movie. It sounds like it. It sounds like something that I kind of have to see now. Posty Posterson, I think Anatomy of a Fall convinced the algorithm that people want to see movies where dogs get poisoned. Hey, that could be a direct result of that, and I'm here for it. An internet user, Corey Smaki, makes great films. He also has some films on Criterion. Good to know. Good to know. I know there are so many films on Criterion Channel, and I feel like I never get to. There's just so many things on my shelf that I have to watch that I feel bad not getting to, that I really don't have time to watch stuff on streaming these days. Big AI, you skipped 3 Blu-rays, including Night Swim. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that. Oh, I will get back to it. I just wanted to get through the Kino Lorber releases first, but we are going back. Don't you worry, my friend. Luke SE, I love Le Havre by the director of Fallen Leaves. Beautiful to look at. Doesn't reflect his Lynch Friedkin real-life personality. Interesting. Ethan Edwards, Kino sale is on for another few weeks. Okay. I went to their website the other day and they didn't have the banner up anymore. Maybe I just needed to wait for it to cycle through a couple times. But sorry for the misinformation at the beginning of the video. Kino Lorber's sale is still going on according to Ethan. So maybe go over there and check some things out. All right, a couple other things there, but I'll pop over and get back to those releases that we skipped over. So we've got The Abandoned from 2006 getting a limited edition Blu-ray release from Unearthed Films, which I do not immediately recognize, but there's so many horror labels, so many tiny little horror labels that I can't even keep up with them all. This is Unearthed from 2006 with a very disturbing, like cracked porcelain doll face with blood coming out of the eye. You love to see it. This is a supernatural horror film from 2006 that I've never heard of, but it's a short little watch, 98 minutes, available for $26. That's actually pretty steep, but it's originally $40, so I guess that's a deal. $26 if you want to check out The Abandoned, if you're a big deep cut horror fan. And then we've got 2024's Night Swim, another new release. So like I said, a lot of new releases dropping this week. This is from just this year. Night Swim, this is the one. I feel like this is the one. Is this the one Are you the one? Is this the one about the like demon in the pool? I was watching a bunch of movies at the beginning of 2024 because I was catching up on all the Oscar films, and I had to watch the trailer for this movie like 100 times. This is from Universal. Maybe not. I thought that was an A24 film. But maybe not. Maybe this is the one I was thinking of. There's like this hairy little witch demon thing that pops out of the pool and sucks people in. I don't know. It's like Pennywise, but with a pool instead of a sewer. From the producers of Megan and the Nun. Is this Blumhouse? Maybe this is Blumhouse. I don't know. Universal's putting it out. I've not seen it. I'm not sure why he wanted to hear my opinion on it because I have no opinion, except for that I had to see the trailer a bunch of times. But there you go. There it is. Night Swim. Coming out, and it's got this ugly banner at the top that says Blu-ray DVD digital code, and a second banner that says collector's edition. Another one, that's a personal pet peeve of mine when they throw around the term collector's edition and it's just a normal edition. I don't like that. That's kind of lame. But you can get it right now for $23 if you were a big fan of that movie. I haven't heard anything about it, but I don't know if that's one that people are liking or one that people aren't liking. But there it is. Whether you like it or not, it's coming out to probably a Walmart near you. There you go. Night Swim getting a Blu-ray release. And then we've got another little tiny independent, well, this is much more tiny than what we just talked about. This is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, getting a Blu-ray release from Shout Factory. Now, I know this got a very limited, this actually was a collector's edition from Umbrella. I believe it was from Umbrella, which is a label that I've never picked up anything from, but it was a really, as much as I hate that this movie exists because I had a big classic Winnie the Pooh fan, the release for that was pretty cool. It was like made to look like the original A.A. Milne book edition. So it was very cool. Nice box set. Very, very expensive though. So if you want a standard edition from Shout Factory, here you go. There it is. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I've heard nothing but terrible things about this movie, even from people who like trashy, bad horror movies. I've heard it wasn't even fun. It was just kind of dull. But if you want it, there it is. I'm really selling these. I should probably be saying nicer things to try to keep the physical. I don't care. I'm not trying to keep physical media alive at the expense of my opinion. I'm just sharing my opinion. And then next up, we've got Death Squad from Mondo Macabro, which is a great name for a label. This is the Blu-ray release of a 1985 little action thriller film. And I'm not sure what country this is from. French? Oh, France. This is from France. Look at this. Look at this guy. Wow. You've got everything. You got... Whew, this is too much to even handle. You got Death Squad. You got a biker gang over here. This guy's got a shotgun. The main guy here's got a machine gun and handcuffs in one hand. Very cool looking leather jacket. The slick back do. And then you've got some ladies' butts over here on the left side. It looks like a fire truck or a carnival. I don't know what that's going. So much going on. Very cool looking cover though. For a film that I probably won't check out. But someone's going to be happy that it's getting a release. And then a couple other releases here from little tiny labels that I don't want to leave out. This is from Massacre Video. Orozco the Embalmer is getting a release. This is a 2024 film, brand new, and it does not have a synopsis. So all I can show you is the cover here, which is very disgusting. It looks like a guy who is holding a heart in his hand. Don't know what that's about. I don't know if he is just a helpful surgeon or if he is a serial killing murderer. So there you go. Since it's coming out from Massacre Video, I'm assuming it's the latter. But there you go. If you've been waiting with bated breath for Orozco the Embalmer, you don't have to wait any longer. It's coming out tomorrow. And then also from Mondo Macabro, the Special Silencers Blu-ray is coming out. This is an Indonesian horror film with another heart thing going on. Look at this guy. Oh man, his arteries are coming out of his body and grabbing Bill Nye the Science Guy mixed with Bruce Lee, and this lady is seeing something frightening over here off to the right in the middle distance, and this guy is swinging an axe while getting kicked in the throat, and he's punching another guy. Wow. So again, so much going on with this Mondo Macabro. I don't know anything about this label, but they put out some freaking awesome slip covers, and that's limited to only 1,500 copies if you really want to get Special Silencers. Whew. Oh man, a lot of stuff going on. We've got a few more. Let's see what people are saying about my ridiculous commentary this evening. Holy crap. I'm left behind. I'm left behind in my own chat. Where are we here? Bailey Walsh. I also get nervous about all-time favorite books of mine being adapted, but I still have a long list of books I'd love to see on the big or small screen. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I kind of like to just keep my books and my movies separate. I'm not one of those ones that likes to read books right before the adaptation of film comes out. Kevin House. Jaws also was apparently much better than the book, which I have never read. Interesting. Yeah, there's a few. I know a lot of people think The Shining is better. There's some. Posty Posterson, I love Simple Plan. Sam Raimi's Fargo. Ooh, good sell. Good pitch on that. I just watched Fargo recently. Love that movie. Probably still my favorite Coen Brothers movie. What else do we got here? Zach Fish, great name, says, hey, I love your channel. Well, thank you, sir. Hey, pay yourself. Thanks for popping in the stream. Good to see you. Luke SE, did you see Coppola said that studio doesn't know how to market his new film? Surely by the director of The Godfather and Apocalypse Now is enough to sell it. I did not see that, but I know there's a lot of directors that are frustrated with that. Who directed, was it, he directed some of the Bourne films, and he just put out the Jake Gyllenhaal movie Roadhouse, and I know he was very upset with that, how it was marketed and that it was coming out straight to streaming. He was very upset with the studio about that, but I don't know what shenanigans they pulled to trick him into that, because he seemed quite ticked off. Gus Amaretti popped in. Hey, DJ. I love how many exclamation points you put at the end of my name. I always got to read it with gusto, because you always brighten up the stream when you pop in. You usually pop in around this time too. I like how you always are fashionably late to the streams. Really appreciate that. Gives me a little boost. About what are we 37 minutes in? Perfect timing. Your friend Mr. Jones, Night Swim opened and closed in a week in January. Yeah, it looked like one of those kind of movies, but that's not my cup of tea, so I don't know how to judge if it's a great horror film or not. So I'll leave that to the experts. Dan Stan says Night Swim is is this the one co-starring Jet Li? I have actually seen the one. What a crazy movie. And now see, I watched the one and Romeo Must Die way too close together, and I can't remember which one is the one where he gets in a football game with Anthony Anderson and beats everybody up. I think that's Romeo Must Die. I don't think that would happen in the one. That doesn't seem like something that would happen in that movie. Dan's Den, Death Squad looks like a France Escape from New York ripoff. It does. I got the same vibe from that one. Except I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I don't know how great it is. Maybe if you've seen it, let us know. Posty Posterson, Mondo Macabro has some great releases, but the spines are so ugly I'm embarrassed to have them on my shelf. Oh man, I wish I could see what the spine looked like. It doesn't show that on here. I'm gonna have to look that up, because geez, how bad are they? What's wrong with them? How could they be that ugly? Do I have any? I think I have anything that is so ugly I don't want to show it on my shelf. Most boutique labels do a pretty good job with the spine. Luke says very casual dress for a surgeon. Well, it's 2024, dude. Give him a break. Joshua LeBure, another very different interpretation of the floating head. I love you guys. Posty Poston, Silence of the Lambs movie much better than the book. There's another one that people like. Doug Lyman, thank you, internet user. That's why I love having you guys here. You are always there when I can't think of a name on command. Luke SE, are you a trailer watcher, DJ, to see if a movie is for you? I don't, since it could spoil it. Absolutely not. This is kind of complicated answer. I went years and years without ever watching trailers. Like my rule is, I will watch a trailer if I don't know like anything about it. I guess it's fine to watch a trailer, but if it's a movie I'm going to see anyway, I will not watch anything. I don't want to see trailer. I don't want to see press releases. I don't want to see anything I don't want to see like paparazzi shots. I try to stay as spoiler free as possible and just experience everything for the first time. Obviously, if I don't know anything about the film, a trailer might be the only way I hear about it, but most of the time I am trailer free, and I definitely don't like trailers. So I'm the same as you, Luke. Not a trailer guy. Connor just popped in. Welcome, Connor. Welcome to the stream. Michael Smith says, has anyone seen Crime Wave by Raimi? Thinking about getting it. A lot of Raimi talk this evening. I don't know. Raimi's big. Raimi's big right now. He's back in the news about the whole Spider-Man 4 thing that I hope never happens. Brown Bunny, everything on screen looking lovely, in my opinion. Everything on screen. What are you talking about? Are you talking about my screen? Are you talking about the big screen? I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you if that's a compliment. Brown Bunny, welcome to the stream. Your friend, Mr. Jones, the director of the Roadhouse remake, is Doug Liman. Yes. Thank you for confirming that. Connor Nielsen says, got a Vinegar Syndrome package on the way with Little Darlings Phase 4 and the Saragossa manuscript. Yes! I finally convinced Connor to get on the Vinegar Syndrome bandwagon. Spoiler alert for a video that I'm editing right now that should be up either tomorrow or the next day. I made my first order from Vinegar Syndrome. I got a few more Deaf Crocodile purchases, which puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4. It puts me at about 5 or 6 Deaf Crocodile purchases. I've got 2 Yellow Veil purchases, which is also a sub-label from Vinegar Syndrome. And I picked up 2 of the Cinematograph releases. Love these releases. Look at this. So many of you guys have been telling me to get these in the comments, and I finally did. So we've got Little Darlings and Going South. I will be doing a video about these in the very near future because the third one is on the way as well. I had to buy that one secondhand on eBay because it's already out of print, but that's Spy number 1 and 3. Spy number 2, Red Rock West, is on the way to my house this week. So I'll be doing a video covering all of those beautiful Cinematograph digibooks in great detail very soon. So stay tuned for that. Big AI, do you spend more time watching new movies or rewatching same movies? Absolutely watching new movies. I don't have time to rewatch anything these days. Mostly just watching new stuff. There's so many things that I haven't seen. I've only got so much time, and I try to spend as much of it watching new movies as I can. The time that I'll do rewatches are usually like holidays. Like we just rewatched a lot of our favorites Irish movies on St. Patrick's Day. I'll rewatch a lot of stuff around Christmas time. So that's when I usually do my rewatches, but mostly watching new stuff. I've just got so much, even on my own shelf, that I still need to see. Connor Nielsen says he doesn't watch trailers. I just wait outside my auditorium until the movie is about to start. I used to do that too, but as I get older and have so much more going on in my life because I have kids and a wife and everything, I find that I don't even remember trailers anyway. So even if I do see it, it usually doesn't spoil anything for me because I've already forgotten it by the time the movie comes out. But I do agree with Ethan that some trailers give away way too much, so I try to avoid them when I can. What else do we got here? I should probably get back to the new releases here. But real quick from Josh, Little Darlings is so good, loving the Cinematograph line. Yeah, it's really cool. They've already released 3 of them that I have. 2 of them are available for pre-order right now. I'm going to try to keep up with that line if I can. I've never got in on the ground floor at of a starting point of a line and kind of stuck with it. So I might stay with those. I'm liking what they're choosing. They're choosing like 70s, 80s, and 90s films, which is probably my biggest blind spot from things. So I like that they're making me aware of films that I weren't even on my radar, and I'm kind of catching up on those decades. So really like that line. Love the packaging. I want to stick with those as long as I can. As long as, especially if you get them at the beginning. Like they're only $35 if you buy them when they're brand new. But whew, those prices soar once they get on eBay and once they go out of print. I had to pay a pretty penny for that Red Rock West one, which was unfortunate. But hopefully that won't happen again. I should... Oh, Luke says, wow, them releases look sturdy. They do. Look at these. I'm just going to talk about these. I don't want to talk about them too much because I'm going to do a video about them, but look at this. They come with a slipcase, and then they've got, whoo, look at that. They all look like this. They've got these beautiful, classy-looking digibooks. Love these. Love those releases. Can't wait to talk about those in a future video. But anyway, let's jump back, knock out the rest of these releases, and then we can talk about whatever we want to in a minute here. We've got Accidentally Preserved from, what the world is this? We've got... Accidentally Preserved Volume 5 from Undercrank Productions. Films from 1925 to 1927. Oh, what is this? Is this just like a series of silent short films from 1925 to 1927? This is actually really cool. I don't know what this is. Accidentally Preserved, rare lost silent films from vintage 16mm prints. 4 silent films with musical scores by John C. Mersalis. Whoa, this is really cool. I've never heard of this. I love the packaging design too. I'm going to have to check this out later because there's no synopsis here. But I love silent films and I love lost films. That's like a really, wow. I did not see this before the show. That's actually very exciting. I'm going to check that out in a minute. 4 movies from 1925 and 1927. Very cool. And then we've got a couple other real low budget horror stuff here. What do I want to talk about here? We'll talk about The Roundup, No Way Out, just getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack from MPI Media Group. This looks like a really nice release, actually. Look at that. Oversized case there. The Roundup, No Way Out. He's back for another round. Looks like an action series with Don Lee. I have not heard of it, but it's also called Crime City 3, so maybe this is the 3rd film in the series. Limited edition, collector's edition. It's also a media book. There we go. We just talked about some media books from Cinematograph, and now we've got another one. This is a very expensive one. This is $45 on Amazon right now. But yeah, a action crime film out of Korea. Very, very cool. And then what else? 1 or 2 more here. We've got Snuff 102, which I don't want to open because it's got a very disturbing image on the front with a woman with a fish hook in her mouth. So that's a horror film. But this also is a horror film. This is called In Hell Productions, the films of Vince Roth and Mick Nards. His last name is actually Nards. From Massacre Video. And this release is coming out tomorrow as well. This looks very cool. This looks like another collection of films. Spy number 25 for Massacre Video. And look at this. Look at this cover. I like this cover quite a bit. No idea what this is. I don't know if these are very low budget films. It doesn't even tell me the year. So I have no idea what these are. I'd have to look up the filmmakers. But if you do know what that is coming out tomorrow as well. And it's available for $26.98. Looks like it has a pretty nice slipcover as well. So I think we've done it. I think we've gone through everything here. We have another little horror film release from Full Moon Features called Seed People, which looks... Whew, look at that. What the heck is that? You've got 3 different creatures. They don't even look like the same species. This one over here looks like the troll from Ernest Scared Stupid. This one on the front here kind of looks like Krang from Ninja Turtles with a masquerade mask on. And then this one back here looks like a bug creature. So I don't know what's going on with the Seed People, but they are apparently the root of all evil, which I thought was money. Are these some kind of financial creations? 1992, my birth year. I should be better acquainted with the Seed People, but I am not. But that's a horror sci-fi film from, like I said, 1992. If you've been waiting for that one, your wait is over. And that is everything we are here to talk about this week. April 9th is a big week for new releases from 2023 and 2024, and also for really weird, obscure horror movies, apparently. That seems to be the theme that we've come to this week. Let's go ahead and use the rest of the show to talk to you guys in the stream. We've made it through all the new releases, and you guys are really filling up the live chat over here, so thank you guys so much. Feel free to throw anything in right now. We've only been talking for about 48 minutes, so I'll go here for another 15, 20 minutes maybe, and we'll just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Maybe I show more stuff that I've picked up recently. I guess I'll use this time to plug some upcoming videos. Even though if you're here for the live streams, you probably are one of the more dedicated fans anyway, so you might see these pop up soon. But like I said, I just got a Vinegar Syndrome package in the mail. So I did a video where I opened that up, showed everything I got in that. And I also just used that as a catch-all, long overdue collection update video because I haven't been showing anything I've been picking up pretty much in the last couple months. I did the video about Dante's Inferno, and I did the video about my Shout Select haul. But other than that, I haven't really showed you guys anything I've been picking up over the last couple months. So I just talked about all of it in that video, and it'll be coming out in the next couple days. And like I said, I shot my entire superhero collection, about 130 titles. So that took forever, and that will be a longer form podcast style video. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Oh, please share that one and thumbs it up and comment because that took way too long. I shot for like 5 hours yesterday doing both of those videos together and taking thumbnail photos and a lot of work, and it's probably not going to be worth it, but hopefully that video turns out okay. Let's see what we got. Joshua says, I need to get going south. I have Little Darlings and Red Rock West, and I pre-ordered the other 2. I also need to get on those pre-orders. One of them sounds really cool. The one with Harvey Keitel seemed really weird, and I don't know if I'm going to like that one or not. But the one after that, the newest one they just announced, sounds really fun. And it's got Christopher Walken in it and seems like something I'm going to like. What do we have? What do we have? Brown Bunny, need Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, already ordered Singapore Sling. I'm assuming those are Vinegar Syndrome titles. I'm not familiar, but that's kind of what we're talking about this evening. Jar Jar Ed, from what I saw, the only thing Vinegar Syndrome had that interested me is Roadhouse. Yeah, it's definitely, well, they've got a mixture. I thought it was going to all be stuff that I wasn't really interested in, but their sub-labels are awesome. Like Yellow Veil's really cool, Deaf Crocodile's awesome, Cinematograph has some really cool releases. I also did pick one actual Vinegar Syndrome release proper, which was Sidekicks from 1995, I believe, which is a very nostalgic movie for me, and it's a beautiful box set. I'd also like to pick up Beastmaster from them, but that is out of print and going for insane prices on eBay. Can't find one for like under 120, 150 bucks, unfortunately. Gus Amaretti, DJ, are you getting any 4Ks in the Kino Lorber sale? I don't know. We talked about the sale earlier. I haven't even looked at what they have. But no, I don't think so. I've been buying other weird, random, eclectic things recently, and I don't know if I have the funds to do another sale right now, but I might take a look. I took a look at the indicator sale today and put a lot of stuff in my cart, and then I got to the checkout and I was like, $25 shipping. Never mind. So I'm probably not going to pull the trigger on that either. Connor Nielsen says he's been on the Vinegar Syndrome wagon for some time. That's true. I know he picked up the Showgirls release. He says he's previously gotten Flesh for Frankenstein, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and Showgirls. Yep, there it is, Showgirls. He's a huge proponent of that movie. Loves Showgirls, and that's a very, very nice release. Ethan Edwards. There's a great documentary called Dawson City Frozen Time you should definitely check out if you love silent films. It's about films found frozen in the ground that were believed lost forever on Kino. Interesting. That actually sounds right up my alley. That sounds fascinating. I love when lost films get found, and that's an insane story, like a Captain America level comic book story, but in real life. Good. I was hoping we'd get an expert on this. Internet user says the seed people look like Grimace's inner demons. Okay. It doesn't sound like he's seen it, but thank you for sharing your opinion about that. JT, hey DJ, have you watched He Who Gets Slapped yet? I have not watched that yet. It is right there on the shelf at the top of my watch list, though. My shelf is a mess right now. I've got so much new stuff over there on the side. All the superhero movies are over there off the shelf. I got to do some cleaning, some spring cleaning here real soon. But no, that's way up there. I have had some other more pressing things that I had to watch very recently, but I am very much looking forward to that. That was sent to me from my Amazon wish list by a longtime subscriber, Jeffrey E. Patron. Thank you again for that. And speaking of him, here he is. He's right there. He's also looking forward to checking out I'm assuming the Cinematograph releases. Brown Bunny, Paul Schrader's Touch is the new one. Yes, that is the one I was talking about. Seems quirky and weird and dark and really funny. Connor Nielsen, Kino sale buys for me, Stalag 17, Scarlet Street, and Nostalgia 4K. Stalag 17 is wonderful. Watched that for the first time in December. Love that movie. Good old, of course I'm not going to be able to remember the director right now, but love that director. I need to see more of his stuff. Billy Wilder, that's his name. Scarlet Street I've also watched recently. Right before the 4K came out, I watched the Blu-ray that I have back there. So that's very cool that it's getting a 4K release. And the Nostalgia, I also saw when that was announced. That is one of the movies that Criterion did not put out from Tarkovsky. So that's cool that Kino got their hands on that. Internet user, the Criterion announcements for July should be next week. Any titles you're hoping for? Honestly, not really. I've got so much of my time devoted to keeping up with what's coming out. I don't even have time to ponder about what could be from Criterion these days. I'd like to pay more attention to rumors and stuff, but I just don't have the time. But I hope they're great. I'll take a look at them. If I feel like I have anything to say, I'll do a video about that. I like doing those announcement videos, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they're useless. I feel like I'm just telling you things that you could just go to the site and see yourself. So I usually only do those if I have like something personal to actually say about it. But I don't know. Let me know if you like when I do those Criterion announcement videos. I might do more of those. Bailey Walsh, too many sales happening. I've been in Arrow order last night, and now I may also get a few indicator releases. That's the problem, man. There are so many. I feel like there's sales happening all the time. We got hit with the Arrow one and the Kino one and now the indicator sale. Criterion always has like some kind of sale going on. I think it's like 15% right now. It's crazy. You really got to be very, very selective with what you're spending your money on. But yeah, it's tough. That's part of it. That's part of navigating as a collector, though. That's part of the fun. Ethan Edwards, a documentary you don't know me about Showgirls is 100 times better than Showgirls. Wow. Ethan Edwards. Fighting words. We'll see what Connor does to retaliate. Big AI. Have you seen The Departed? It's coming out on 4K later this month. It's my favorite movie, and it's one of the movies I wish Criterion would put out later in the future. I'm wondering if that's locked up with studio rights. I don't know if maybe they can't get the rights to that one. I know that's a bigger movie. I don't know what studio has the rights to it, but no, I have not seen The Departed. But that's on my list. I believe that's Scorsese. Is that Scorsese? I've got a lot of catching up on Scorsese to do. Some of them I already have. I still have the Mean Streets release that I haven't watched yet. I want to get to that. I'm in kind of a Scorsese mood lately. I just watched Last Temptation of Christ over Easter, and I want to get to Mean Streets soon. But yeah, if he didn't direct The Departed, this is going to be a completely random, useless conversation. But I think he did. I hope he did. Jeffrey E. Patron, the cinematograph releases do sound interesting, but I was referring to your upcoming collection vids. Oh, great. Great. I hope you enjoy those videos. I will get them up as soon as possible. Bailey Walsh says she is currently making donuts for Twin Peaks Day. Wow. I didn't know Twin Peaks Day was a thing, and I didn't know it was happening so soon. Connor will be thrilled about that. He's a huge Twin Peaks fan. Tired Boy just joined us. How are the best lads I know doing tonight? Happy to be here, DJ. Well, we are happy to have you. Thanks for the kind words. Always like when you pop in for these streams. We're doing great, I think. I hope everybody's entertained. I hope we're having a good time. I can't actually know. I guess you guys could send in like emojis to say how you're feeling, but I think everyone's doing okay. We've already made it through the new releases. We're just chatting for a few more minutes here. This one might be right around an hour. This might be a shorter one this week. Which is fine, because like I said, I got a lot of cleaning up to do and a lot of editing to do to get those videos out to you soon, which might be a good call. Brown Bunny just watched King of Comedy, and it was adorably dark. That's actually the one I'm most looking forward to, because After Hours is my favorite. And I say favorite very loosely because I haven't seen much of Scorsese's filmography, but I love After Hours, and people have told me to maybe go to King of Comedy next. Not that they're too similar, but it might be his closest film to After Hours. So I'm excited to check out King of Comedy. I wish Criterion would get a release of that. That would be awesome. If we had After Hours, King of Comedy, and Mean Streets, and Taxi Driver, that would be really cool if they can get their hands on those. But again, probably caught up in studio rights deals. Joshua, the Kino sale got me. The Sacrifice, Broken Flowers, Lege Savoy, Killer's Kiss, and Far From Heaven. Far From Heaven has a Kino Lorber release? I did not know that. I might have to check that one out. Is that a 4K or is that just a Blu-ray? Maybe just a Blu-ray. An internet user, watch Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore from Scorsese. It's turning 50 this year. Holy crap. 50 years old. That's another one that's on the list. That's another one I haven't seen yet. Jeffrey Patron says Scorsese did direct The Departed, if you were still wondering. Okay, good. I was pretty sure, but you can never. I can't trust anything these days because there's thousands of movies in my mind, and I feel like I push one out every time I put one in. Joshua, Bailey Walsh, I'm jealous. Maybe I'll have a cup of coffee. And Connor says Twin Peaks is the best thing ever. I'm eating an imaginary donut in spirit. I didn't know that. Interesting. I might have to go to this little local donut shop down the street that we like to support. Tired Boy, David Lynch. I guess that'd be what a fraud I would be if I just ate donuts for Twin Peaks Day and had never even seen any of Twin Peaks. I've only seen the pilot of Twin Peaks. Connor, my good friend, came to stay with me a couple years ago and forced me to watch the pilot. He didn't have to force me. It was fun. It was fun watching it with him, especially. He turned into like a little kid with big brown doe eyes, just laughing hysterically because he loves that show. One of his favorite things ever, like he just said. Tired Boy says David Lynch basically just confirmed that he's making Twin Peaks in an interview about his new animated movie. Woohoo! I know Connor's going to be excited about that. Big AI, yes, it was by him, 2007. Scorsese won his first Academy Award for Best Director for The Departed, having been nominated a previous 5 times. I'm glad he finally got that. That is insane. I didn't know that much. So yeah, I should have known it was directed by him because I didn't remember that. Oh no. Connor says Netflix passed on David Lynch's animated film, Fable project. I'm devastated. Uh-oh. Whew. Oh, sorry, man. I didn't know it was still a touchy subject. Ethan says King of Comedy gets better with multiple viewings. Kevin House says King of Comedy might just contain my favorite De Niro performance. Wow, you guys are really getting me hyped more than I was for King of Comedy. Connor says he thoroughly enjoyed Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. It's on Netflix. Not recommending, just saying I liked it. Connor is very hesitant to recommend anything to me. I think I've hurt his feelings too many times where he really exuberantly recommended something to me and then I didn't like it. I think he feels like he's cursed and anything he recommends to me I won't end up liking, so he's very careful not to use that word when he's suggesting movies I should watch. But don't worry, man. We agree on a lot of things. We have similar tastes, even if we don't always like the same things. Anyway, the chat's really getting away from me. We're talking about Twin Peaks and stuff I don't know anything about, so we might wrap this one up here pretty soon. Thank you guys for hopping in, though. This was a fun one. Very weird, random, all over the place kind of stream, but I like these ones. It's nice to break things up with shorter weeks, with lighter weeks, because the last couple weeks have been, or at least a couple weeks ago, we had a really, really heavy week that took me forever to get through. So this is nice. This is a nice little reprieve, and I love talking to you guys as always. Put your last comments, questions, inquiries, ideas, anything that you have, put it in the chat right now, and we'll wrap this one up here in the last couple minutes here. Tired Boy, Snoot World is the name of it. Somebody will pick it up. He wrote it with somebody that worked on Edward Scissorhands. Interesting. Talking about the project from David Lynch, the upcoming project. Hopefully he's right and someone does pick it up. Internet user says the King of Comedy is a Fox title. Hoping Sony/Criterion can put it out at some point. Interesting. Yeah, those Fox titles are in... Yeah, hopefully with Sony taking over, because Disney's been doing a horrendous job of putting out anything. But hopefully a lot of people are very optimistic about the Sony deal, and hopefully they'll put out some of those, especially the Fox titles, because Disney's doing absolutely nothing with all those. So I would love a King of Comedy release, even if it's just from Sony, or if it's Criterion, like I said, would be my ideal situation. I would love to see Criterion put that out, and I would love to see them get the same artist. What's her name? I wish I knew her handle. There's an artist I follow on Instagram because she did the artwork for the After Hours release. They also brought her back to do the artwork for the Mean Streets release. Love her style. She also did the artwork for the 3 box sets for Fassbender, the 3 box sets from Arrow Academy, I believe. There's these beautiful box sets for Fassbender's work, and I'd love to get them, but they're out of print and it's super, super expensive. But her artwork on those is amazing. I love her style, and I hope they bring her back. If they ever were to do a King of Comedy release or a Taxi Driver release, I hope she gets to do all those. All right, here we go. Connor corrects me and says, every time I recommend something to anybody, they don't like it. That can't be true, man. That can't be true. You recommend good things sometimes. Tired Boy, I have more proof, but I'd take all night to type. Okay, don't worry. We believe you. And we're hoping that you're right about that. Andrew pops in. What is your Amazon wish list? Okay, great question. I will show you. It is just an Amazon wish list. I don't know if you're familiar, but a lot of creators on YouTube and TikTok will add an Amazon wish list to their channel page. So if you go right here to my channel page and click on the Linktree link right there, it takes you to my Linktree, and you get your, TikTok, Instagram, Letterboxd, all the links, and then Amazon wish list is a link right here. This is a cool feature that Amazon does where you can have a public wish list and anybody can just click on the link, purchase anything from here, and it will ship directly to me. You don't have to get my address. You don't have to deal with a PO box or anything. You just buy something and it sends it right to me, and it's a gift or a donation to the channel, which is just a nice little feature that I have there in case anyone wants to support the channel. That's like the most direct way that you can support the channel, because it will come straight to me and I'll put it in a video, make a video about it, and actually review it, or talk about it here on the channel. It's also a more creative way and a more fun way to donate to the channel, instead of just like giving money and you don't really know where it's going. You actually get to pick something from there. But obviously nobody needs to do that. That's just an option there, because I have had some people that wanted to donate in the past and don't feel comfortable giving super chats on YouTube or whatever reason. But yeah, that's an option there. Since you asked about it. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on, finish up this stream here. We've got Big AI. Before you go, just wanted to say happy early 8th anniversary. Any movie you watch as a celebration of it, or do you have other plans? This year, since you asked, for our anniversary, we are actually going on a trip. We usually go on a trip, and we're not usually watching movies. So we don't really have like a tradition, something we like to watch. We usually like to go get a cabin in the mountains. The Blue Ridge Mountains are only about an hour or so from us, hour and a half. So we love going up there and just kind of hanging out, having a relaxing weekend away from the kids for a couple days. So yeah, we usually just go on a trip and go hiking or do some kind of fun stuff, get a dinner and the whole shebang. So yeah, thank you so much for my happy 8th anniversary. I can't believe it's 8 years already. Got married in 2016. I think it's 8 years. Yeah, 8 years already. Crazy. Thank you so much, Big Guy. What else do we got here? Tired Boy says, good night, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. Ethan Edwards recommending a couple other silent films. Sparrows and Little Annie Rooney are both on Hamilton Book for $9.99. And Sparrows is a great silent film. I will have to add those to my Letterboxd watch list. Dan's Den says, Disney is terrible with their Touchstone releases. So many are hard to find on streaming alone. Yeah, Disney's the worst, especially with physical media. Posty Posterson, is $50 a good price for the Curzon Bong Joon-ho box set? I think so. I haven't checked the prices on that Bong Joon-ho box set, but that sounds like a good price for that. I love all the Curzon stuff. Curzon, the only one I have from Curzon right now is the Three Colors trilogy, but they also have a couple other really good ones, like what is it? Wim Wenders box set is very, very nice. They have all of his films on there, and they also have director of Antichrist, Lars von Trier. They have a super awesome box set from Curzon as well. So yeah, I would go ahead and jump on that. Maybe double check. I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen that Curzon Bong Joon-ho box set, and it looks pretty cool. I don't think it has the 4K version of his most recent film that he won Best Picture for, but you could probably buy that from Criterion anyway, on top of it. Joshua says, I just ordered the first volume of the Fassbender set from Arrow. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. I didn't know that was still in print. I thought those were out of print. But he also has volume 3, so he has 1 and 3. Volume 2 I found on eBay for a decent price from Rare Waves, which is where I got my Romer comedies and tragedies set. Interesting. Thanks for the shout out for eBay. I'll have to check that guy out. But yeah, those out of print box sets from Arrow are actually really hard to find. Oh, excuse me. He says, sorry, I ordered it from Orbit DVD. Okay, it is out of print. That's what I thought. Parasite. Yes. That's the movie I was talking about. Parasite and Okja, which might not be in that box set either, because that's a Netflix movie and they have exclusive streaming rights for Criterion. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe Curzon got their hands on it. Gus, can we send you Showgirls, DJ? Not right now, because that's not in the wish list. But I don't think I can add it, because I don't think that thing is in print anymore. But probably not. But I'm actually down to see Showgirls. I've never seen it, and Connor always talks so highly of it, so I might check it out at some point. People say Parasite is too dark or something, but it was my first watch and it didn't bother me. I actually really like Parasite. I need to give it a rewatch. I think I need to watch it with Grace, because I think she would really like that. She loves that kind of crime, like, what would you call that? What would you call that kind of film? Like a crime con type movie. Really like that one. I need to rewatch it though. I still don't have the Criterion for it. Posty Posterson says he already has the Parasite Criterion. So he'll have to check the Memories of Murder one and maybe get the Criterion. That's my favorite Bong Joon-ho. A couple other things here. I think we're closing up shop, though. Tired Boy says, have you seen Cure? I have not seen Cure yet. That's a very new Criterion release that I need to finally check out. I've heard great things about that one. Brown Bunny, you must watch Showgirls. Actually, everything by Verhoeven is essential in my opinion. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. I need to finally check that one out. Tired Boy says he meant color grading dark. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a completely different thing than what I was thinking. Ethan Edwards, it's not just me. I have never heard of anyone liking Showgirls. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's definitely got panned. Like a lot of people hate it. But I know a couple defenders of it. Anyway, let us wrap up this stream. People still talking about Bong Joon-ho, Memories of Murder, and a bunch of other things. But anyway, let us finally wrap up this stream. Let me get this comment off the screen there. There we go. All right. We've done it. We've done it. We've made it through another weekly live stream, right over an hour. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate all the conversation tonight. It was a good night. It was fun. But I will be back again next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of This Week in Physical Media, where we'll talk about a bunch of other new releases that are coming out. And of course, I will have a couple other videos coming out this week. I'm going to try to get 2 more videos out this week, hopefully Wednesday and Friday. So stay tuned for those. I appreciate you guys and everything you do for the channel. Until next time, keep collecting, and I'll be back with another video real soon.